How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
Welcome back to the Gabriel Speaks show, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Gonna do a kind of quick update here. We had a few interesting tidbits drop. We had a new UFO disc-shaped video drop from Jeremy Corbell and the Weaponized podcast with George Knapp. We had Ross Coulthart interview Chris Bledsoe. I also put together a kind of compilation of Chris Bledsoe Orb videos over the years. Not to mention Ted Cruz's kind of disastrous interview with Tucker Carlson. We're going to take a look at all those. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Let's get going.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
It's
not
okay.
even, you don't know anything about Iran. So
okay,
actually,
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
don't know
claims
anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
Which is, if you allow it, you will encourage more of it.
Okay, whoops. Ted Cruz just admitted that we are helping Israel strike Iran. So it was kind of slipped in there. And Tucker tried to point out just how important that statement was. But basically, we've gone from apparently helping Israel with defense only, with the missiles coming in from Iran, to now helping with them with strikes. Wow. Hey, do you remember that time that Texas was like frozen and they were without electricity and the people were freaking out? And Ted Cruz was like taking a trip to Bermuda or something with his wife. And then when he got caught, he came back and he tried to say that he was doing it. He was just dropping his wife off by plane in Bermuda. I don't know. To me, this is just another example of how little these people care about human life. Blow up Iran, 92 million people, whatever, it's all good. I don't know. What's the cultural makeup of the Iranian people? Who cares? They're not us. Good Lord. It's very disturbing to see just the lack of thought that goes into the statements that these folks, whose words mean something, they hold sway. And so the lack of consideration that goes into some of those statements that they make is, to me, it's pretty scary. Moving on, let's check out this interview with Coulthart and Chris Bledsoe. I've limited this because a lot of it is stuff we've heard Bledsoe say before, but I think some of the interview is pretty interesting. So let's check this out.
And I'm delighted to say today we've got an interview I've been looking forward to for years. Chris Bledsoe. He's a man from North Carolina, a former construction contractor and a deeply religious family man whose life took a dramatic turn following a profound experience in 2007.
Only thing I can tell you, the memories that I do have are fragmented, but it was basically a virtual tour. It felt like I was in an orb or some sort of round, whatever these things are.
So you were taken on board a craft?
Taken on board something, and I was being shown, the first thing I saw was Egypt. Why Egypt? I don't know, but they showed me the pyramids and the Sphinx, and they showed me Hathor's temple. One thing she told me was, when you see Iran and Israel exchanging missiles, and I saw it, the way she tells me is a vision of, I see it like a living picture screen. I could see the rockets flying. Then all of a sudden, orbs appeared out of the ocean and everywhere. And I told the government, if this happens, the orbs are going to appear and wake people up and stop it. That's what she told me. December, November, Iran was firing rockets into Israel. Orbs appeared everywhere. The military freaked and set up drones to muddy the water.
So you think that's a cover-up? I must confess,
100%.
we did 2 specials on News Nation about those supposed drones.
They were ours.
There were
I know
some
for
of ours.
sure they were ours.
I'm pretty sure some were ours.
They were anomalous. They were not. In fact, the drones were ours. I know they were. He had a video of this drone hovering over his house, right? They had the little appendages sticking out. It's blinking. The same ones you see stuff falling out of. He pulls a laser out and shines it on it. 30 minutes later, the FBI comes to his house and charges him. He's being charged with a federal charge right now for shining a light on a drone. He's like, you didn't say what it was. They said it's illegal to shine a light on any aircraft. I told this in writing to Tim Taylor, NASA, and the whole group. And when you see the missiles, the orbs are going to appear, and they're going to appear to the people.
I don't know about you. Unfortunately, I didn't see many orbs flying around and intercepting those strikes or landing and making themselves known and interjecting. And this is like something that you run into a lot in the community, is that these, if they're real, these NHI beings have our best interests at heart. And then you see footage like that and worse, and you wonder if that's really the case. I lean towards probably not, after seeing some of the atrocities that we've seen in the history of humankind. But that's just based on record, I guess.
I will tell you this, and I can't say the names on TV here because of respect, and it's not time yet. But just during Easter, I had 8 of the most scientists, PhDs, all that run their departments. And if I said their names, you'd know real quick who they are. They all came and they all had experiences with me. They went right back to Washington, D.C. on the 1st when Lou and they was up speaking, and they held their...
Lou Elizondo.
Yes, yes. One of the ladies was in Congress. She's on the board. She's part of the UAP board. She was at my house and experienced this with me. She stood up and testified and shared it with Congress and shared 6 high-definition videos that I supplied.
I recently said that people have talked to me about 2027, and I noticed social media exploded with Coulthard says apocalypse, doomsday coming in 2027. Right. And it's so funny because all I'm doing as a journalist is reporting what people are telling me. I have no way of knowing if it's true or not. I'm just a journo. You purport to be able to communicate with these non-human beings, or whatever they are, gods, beings. What are they telling you about apocalyptic events?
What they told me, and again I put this in writing back in 2012, I handed it to Timothy Taylor, which he took to NASA, to the Pentagon. That's how the chain of command went. In that, I told him about the orbs and the drones and the rockets. I didn't say drones, but the orbs and the missiles, which just happened. And we talked about all the other things that they told me. One of them was, they didn't say it was an apocalypse. That's funny. What she said was, there will be when we see Israel and Iran doing their thing and the orbs begin to appear, from that point forward, they're going to begin to awaken the people, and there was no stopping it.
Now, I did post about this on my X account that Bledsoe does and has from the beginning said the 2026 Israel-Iranian exchanging fire thing, which obviously we're seeing right now, would lead to an awakening. What he's claiming here, and I think this is the first time I've heard him say it, is that the drone incursion in New Jersey was part of that prediction, that all these orbs started showing up the very first time that Iran and Israel started exchanging fire. I haven't seen, and if you have seen, please put it in the comments, but I haven't seen, other than the regular stuff, like more orbs showing up since this current wave of fire back and forth between Iran and Israel. It is just getting nasty between these two countries. I pray to Lord that we can find a peaceful resolution, because there's just too many citizens in both of these countries to be losing their lives like this. These strikes are devastating on both sides, and I pray for everyone involved. Moving on here, let's take a look at what Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp dropped. This looks like a disc flying through. I'll be honest, it does look like a scene from that movie Nope. Make up your own mind. I tagged a couple people that I trust in the field on X to give me their insights, and I even asked Mick West to take a look at it, because it's pretty shocking footage. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here. Holy crap. What was that? Did I not lie? Does that not look like something from the movie Nope? Corbell and Knapp even mentioned it when they dropped the video. Wild stuff. I mean, I don't think I've seen something that clearly be like a disc flying through the sky as far as video footage drops that apparently are legitimate yet. I'm sure the debunkers are foaming at their mouths to get at it. I hope they do, because I can't wait to find the logical explanation for what in the world that thing is. Pretty wild stuff. In my previous podcast, I spoke with Luis Cayetano. We had a great conversation about a lot of how ufology is corrupt. At least a lot of the players that have been in the game for a while have been corrupt. I was in an X space a couple weeks ago that Ron Howard, the producer, was a part of. Ron Howard released a picture that Elizondo has been spreading around as being a real alien. This gets wild because it actually made the Joe Rogan podcast. Check out Joe Rogan reacting to this photo that was released in this space that Chupacabra, Red Panda Koala, and many others were a part of.
Jamie, speaking of UFOs, did you see Lou Elizondo, these photos that are supposedly of a real alien?
Oh, here we go.
Bro, it's so dumb. The photos look blurry. Of the photos of the dead alien, like, you can't even zoom in on that. You can't even fucking focus. Look at these. Yeah, that thing. Look at that. What is that? What's that? What is that? How about better pictures? This is crazy. These are the only pictures? Is this from the 40s? Like, what's this picture from? What is this?
Oh, people want to believe.
Bro, so bad. Me too. I'm like, maybe. There's a lot of shenanigans going on for sure.
On the back of one of those photos.
Alien, it's 1993. Alien hybrid child born to a 15-year-old girl, subject of ET genetic experiment, under chin, neck, and upper torso view. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's under chin. And then what's the other photo?
It's the same. It's just the same. It's just one photo.
Wasn't there another one? It seems like there's two photos.
That's just with this particular one.
But at the top, yeah, the one on the bottom. What's that one on the bottom? That one on the bottom seems a little like turned to the side, right? Is that the eyeball, supposedly?
Isn't it just
what
one
am
of
I
those?
looking
What are
at?
those babies called that are born like that?
Oh, Harlequin babies?
Yeah.
The fuckery immediately spotted. That's a Harlequin baby. And if you do any research on that, it is a terrible, awful experience for the baby. It's a terrible, awful experience for the parent. And quite frankly, it's disgusting to think about Elizondo passing this around, smiling and giggling with his buddies like he has a picture of a real alien when he knows, in fact, that is not the case. There's no way somebody that says they're that well educated in intel and counterintelligence and special operations didn't know what that picture was when he was spreading it around and claiming it was an alien. If you can't tell, it bothers me. And quite frankly, it's almost pretty much the nail in the coffin for me personally, as far as Lou Elizondo's credibility and general concern as a person goes. On that happy note, I'm going to wrap up this quick weekly update. Thank you so much for tuning into the Gabriel Speaks show. Remember, pay attention to who you're getting your information from and make sure that it makes sense to you.